What's up everybody, Matt Maran here for another My Week With video. So this week I've been driving the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy trim. And so I already did a full review on the Santa Fe earlier this year. You can check out that video for all of my thoughts, all the details on this new Santa Fe, all the specs and all that. This video is just about what it's like to live with. And so I did uncover a few things that I didn't enjoy about it, but there's also some things that I really did enjoy. I mean, as far as right off the bat, the things that I really liked is that, you know, it's got a ton of space. You know, you have a nice roomy third row. It's a nice airy cabin, lots of headroom, and just feels like a very substantial vehicle. And the Bose stereo, I had some more time to test here this week. That sounds fantastic. It's a really well done Bose stereo, and just was something that I really enjoyed. Now, as far as the things that I didn't enjoy about this vehicle, the first and probably the biggest thing arguably is this transmission, which has been a hot topic. There's been a recall that I think is actively going on now with these Santa Fe's with this dual clutch automatic that you have here in the regular 2.5T versions. The hybrid version is going to be the one to get if you want to avoid any potential issues with this transmission, because the hybrid uses a regular 6-speed automatic and will give you probably a better driving experience, not only just because of the hybrid assistance and the regular automatic, but you know, just giving you you know, more predictable kind of feel. Because my problems, you know, obviously the vehicle has been running fine, so I haven't had any issues as far as catastrophic failures with the transmission or anything. But the thing that I don't love about it is even whenever, you know, it's functioning properly here, it is still just set up to be a little bit too relaxed for what I like. And on the initial drive, you know, it seemed okay and seemed to be performing better than it is during my week here, where I've been, you know, waiting a little too long for some downshifts occasionally, and it feels like it's not eager. I'm like, okay, there we go, and then it goes, and that's a perfect example right there of it doing this. It's pretty consistent. And also there's still some rough behavior with this transmission whenever you're inching up, and especially whenever it's cold. But like here, and again, it's like, there we go, and it just feels so unresponsive. I don't know why, but this car aggravated me a lot more than it did on the first drive for some reason. And so just not as responsive and not as smooth. And I didn't do a ton of inching up in traffic, but even just starting off from a stop sign occasionally, you'll feel the clutch engage. It's just not a smooth experience. So cliff notes here, I'd go for the hybrid version because the Santa Fe is excellent otherwise. Packaging, styling, I love everything about it except for this transmission. The engine's also fantastic whenever it is, you know, going and working properly with the transmission, but the transmission is just the weak point of this vehicle in multiple ways, I would say. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, that's the biggest gripe. The other stuff is more minor. I will say that I tried out the UVC sterilizing bin, which this has, which is a really cool feature. And you know, I don't know how many of us actually sterilize our phones, but I'm like, oh, cool. It's a cool opportunity to try that out, sterilize my phone. And I had it in there, and it was in there until I believe the light went off, which I'm assuming means it's done. There was no notification on the screen that it had finished sterilizing or whatever. But you know, the only thing I will say is whenever I pulled it out of the bin, it was like really hot, and I'm not sure if that's normal or not. I had been doing some wireless charging before I put it in there, but I'm not sure, you know, what the deal is. But I mean, that bin gets really hot, so if your phone is prone to overheating, or if it's already hot or has been hot, you know, sitting out in the sun or something all day, I'm concerned that you know, might not actually be the best for your phone. Might be better, you know, used for some other things like keys, things like that. But that's just one thing that I noticed there. The other thing that I didn't love is that the driver assistance technology actually didn't want to work with my sunglasses. And I wasn't wearing any kind of crazy sunglasses, but I would hope that it would still be able to do some kind of assistance. But it basically, because of this little driver monitoring sensor, not being able to see my eyes perfectly through the sunglasses, it would not do adaptive cruise control for me. It would just be like, it's not doing the lane keep assist, it's not doing anything, it was just doing basic cruise control, and that was it. And it kept giving me like alerts being like, unable to assist and unable, and you know, safety systems are limited because I'm wearing sunglasses. It's like, do you know how many people wear sunglasses and how often they wear sunglasses? And to not have functionality of your safety equipment whenever you're wearing sunglasses. Again, some of the safety stuff works. I'm not talking about everything, but the fact that it won't do that advanced driver assistance stuff with sunglasses on is pretty ridiculous to me. And maybe it's just the sunglasses I was using, but these aren't crazy sunglasses. They're just normal Ray-Ban Wayfarers. And it just was like, oh no, we can't see through that. Forget it. Give up on any assistance for the driver there. Not sure if that's just maybe, again, something that could be worked out with some software revisions or something. But again, just a strange thing. And I've never encountered another car that has done that before, where it's just like refused to help me. There's been a few cars where it said it's struggled to see my eyes potentially sometimes, but it still has continued to assist and you know, do everything normally otherwise. So I would just say, if you can, on a test drive, you know, try and take this out on the highway, try and use the lane keep assist system here with your sunglasses on. Make sure that your sunglasses don't pose an issue, but for me it was a problem. And then the last thing to mention here really is the fuel economy that I got during my week of driving. And this week I did more highway driving in this vehicle than usual, and I would say that more than half of my driving was on the highway. I'd say close to actually 2/3 of it was probably on the highway. And so over my driving here, though, my average has been 20.9 mpg, so we'll call it 21. And that's a little disappointing. These are rated at 20 in the city, 28 on the highway, and 23 combined. And so, you know, I was hoping to hit that combined number at least, considering, you know, I was doing at least, you know, a 50-50 split, but actually more than that. So I was hoping to, again, 23 was going to be the minimum, and instead I'm getting, you know, 21. Now that is still overperforming the city rating, and with my usual driving around town and stuff, I do get 1 to 2 mpg less than the city rating typically. So this is, you know, slightly better than that, but again, because of my driving, I was hoping to hit that 23. And so, you know, I mean, it's a very strong 2.5 liter turbocharged engine, and you know, it's a big heavy vehicle. It's very blocky, not very aerodynamic or anything. So, you know, those things are going to hurt your fuel economy. And I will say that, you know, 21 is probably still slightly better than what you get on like a Hyundai Palisade, for example, something like that, which usually I average, you know, something under 20 in those typically, but still, you know, just not phenomenal fuel economy. That is another area where the hybrid, of course, will excel and be the way to go. If you are, you know, caring about fuel economy, definitely wait for the hybrid. It's going to be a nice, much better improvement. And Hyundai's hybrids are usually pretty well done as well. But yeah, so I mean, that's really all of my thoughts here on the Santa Fe. Otherwise, you know, it's just a really nice vehicle to drive, a nice vehicle to live with. And again, I just would say, you know, bottom line, wait for the hybrid version. That is going to be the one to get if you want to have, you know, the most comfortable driving experience, the best fuel economy. It's not as much power, so you are going to be giving up on power with the hybrid a little bit, but we're talking about a family vehicle here. I'm sure losing out on a few dozen horsepower is not going to be a make or break proposition for most people. But yeah, so I'm hoping to test drive the hybrid version. We will see. They've been a little bit delayed with their rollout of those. I'm not sure when to expect those exactly, but hopefully at some point here in 2024, we will be able to try that out here and see, you know, how that compares to this regular gas version. But overall, those are all my thoughts here on the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Huge thanks to Hyundai for providing me here with this vehicle to review for you guys today. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.